Hello my friends, Jeff Davis here. Today's video is going to discuss the #1 most common leadership mistake that managers, bosses, and CEOs tend to make. And the mistake is that they put the client before their employees. Again, the mistake is that they put the client before their employees. As an authentic leadership speaker, what I share is that when you have happy employees, you will then have happy clients. So framing this in a positive way, the way to fix the mistake and to solve this situation that's happening in so many companies is to remember this: authentic leaders put their employees before money, power, and ego. Let me say that one more time. Authentic leaders put their employees before money, power, and ego. Now, I know there are a few nuances to this. For example, let's say you have a client that's been with you for 10 years and you have an employee that's been with your company for 6 to 12 months and they're possibly not that invested yet in your company. You don't want to jump to conclusions. You don't want to just get rid of your client for no reason. But here's the key. Learn the situation. Find out the details about what's going on so that you can make a well-informed, reasonable conclusion. This is not about trying to assign blame or make people feel badly, but you do want to know who's responsible so that you can, 1, prevent this from happening again in the future, and 2, so that you can move forward in a way that most benefits your company. The goal here is growth, it's productivity, it's success. And when there are so many managers, bosses, and CEOs out there who put the client first, it leads to unhappy, miserable employees. It leads to a dysfunctional work culture. When you have a dysfunctional work culture, you have good employees leaving the company, you start to have gossip, you start to have employees showing up and they're cutting corners, they're not giving their all. So this has actually, in the long run, dire consequences. Putting the client before the employee has a lot of negative consequences. So what I'd like to share with you is that if you flip that on its head, if you turn it around and you remember that authentic leadership is all about putting employees first, putting employees before the client. And then you have happy employees, and then you have successful initiatives and an overall wonderful company. Billionaire entrepreneur Richard Branson said that as a leader, you're serving your employees and your employees serve your clients. To loop back really quickly here, as we wrap up to the nuance I discussed, those nuances are rare. They're not the norm. So once in a while, you'll have a situation where perhaps as I said earlier, your employee wasn't fully invested, they didn't care enough to do well, and in this case that I'm referring to, you have a client who's been with you for a very, very long time. Okay, you might want to sit down with the employee, give him or her some constructive feedback, but most of the time, clients are taking advantage of your employees. Most of the time, clients are treating your employees poorly. They're not being appreciative, they're being disrespectful, they're being unprofessional. And that's why it's crucial as a leader to, 1, make sure you know the full details of the situation. Don't rush to conclusions. Don't automatically judge. Don't just jump to someone's side without knowing the full picture. And 2, once you know the full details of the situation, put your employees first. Put your employees before money, power, and ego. Even if your employee has made a mistake, you can still put them first. You can coach them. You can give them, like I said earlier, some constructive feedback. You can give them some encouragement that allows them to grow and not repeat that same mistake again in the future. When you have a company culture that allows employees to make mistakes, I promise you that not only in the long run, but in fact also in the medium and short run, you're going to have a very, very successful company. You're going to have a great culture, you're going to have focused employees, and you're going to have clients who are satisfied, because satisfied clients come from happy employees. And the way to have happy employees is to put employees before clients. It's a little bit of a catch-22, but it actually makes a lot of sense, and there's a lot of research behind this. As I wrote in my book, The Power of Authentic Leadership, when employees are feeling valued and they have some autonomy to really run with their role, that's when they will really succeed and your company will grow to ever higher levels. Appreciate you tuning into this video. Please leave in the comments below, do you agree with this tip? Are there some things that I left out? Are there some things that you'd like to add? I truly value your thoughts, so please leave a comment below in the description, in the comment section, and I will be sure to follow up with you by responding. Also, please like the video and share this around with your coworkers, your colleagues, your friends. If we can share this video around, we can hopefully get more leaders, more managers, bosses, and CEOs to put their employees before clients. And finally, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Lots of great leadership wisdom here, and as always, I'm serving you and I'm giving you free content to help lift your life to a higher, happier, and more successful level. I will see you, my friend, at the mountaintop.